have a good call out this week, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Quattro!
It's been a long week. It's been a long week. We could put the what's the song? Hail to the Chief. Today is real time right now. I guess by the time this airs, it won't be. But real life right now, it's inauguration day. So there we
Play a
go.
little bit of intro music there
Yeah.
to celebrate the inauguration of another president and the United States being around for another 4 years. So let's hope we last another 4. Yes. Well, yeah, it's a big day. It's inauguration day. It's MLK Day on top of that. So actual reasons to celebrate, and then just another political little thingy there. I actually had off today for MLK Day. Not surprisingly, but also surprisingly because it's the first time in adulthood I've ever been off for it. So it's cool to see a place actually recognize it.
That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I'm not off for the holiday. I called off today. I had some vehicle issues, but that actually lined up perfectly because we got to record a day early.
Yep.
A little bit earlier in the day. I'm sure people will be able to tell. We're still getting the gears going.
Yeah.
At least I am.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not operating at full capacity, I guess he could say. I could say that. I like that because usually we have been through a full day of work, so we've kind of been through the hardest part. I haven't really had a hard part, so I feel like I'm still starting my day right now. Yeah, that's really funny.
Like I didn't just get up, but I definitely feel like I did.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to put it right there.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to lay around the house all day. Yeah. That's good that you got your car. Hopefully, is it okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, it's good. It
Good.
wasn't anything major. It's just like the nut and bolt on the battery terminal. I kind of over tightened it and fucked it up a
Oh,
little bit.
okay.
Yeah, and then so it was loose. I just had to get a new one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it
Nice.
was a quick, easy fix, other than it being ridiculously cold outside. But I mean,
Yeah, that's okay. That's good.
yeah,
You deserve the day off.
yeah,
That's good. And that's a good reason to have a day off because that's what a 10-minute fix maybe because of the cold weather, and then you actually get to
yeah,
enjoy your day.
yeah. It's like
So
the only reason I couldn't go to work is because I kind of couldn't go get it myself. I had to get it
yeah,
brought to
physically
me.
go and get it.
Yeah. So
Oh, really? It had to be
yeah.
delivered.
Yeah, well, I didn't. I guess it didn't have to be, but if I could have had somebody pick it up,
Right.
it would have been later in the day.
Yeah, and without yeah, I don't know why the two and two like right at the beginning right there didn't connect. That like not having a car enables me to where I cannot leave the like I didn't think that you couldn't go and get it. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's convenient that you're somewhere that they'll just deliver to your place then.
Oh yeah, it's nice, like same day and stuff too. So
Yeah, that's
it's
awesome.
not the first time I've had to do it.
Yeah, yeah, well, that's very handy. I'm running out every single day for either distilled water or freaking pickles. I don't know. I'll run out for the randomest thing. It's usually only one thing, but it'd be nice if I could just have it delivered because that'd be real handy for me.
Yeah, delivery's nice. Dude. It's convenient. It gets expensive.
Yeah,
You get sucked into the trap sometimes.
yeah.
Sometimes you have to, or at least sometimes it's the most convenient way to go.
The way that I feel like it, I am somebody that's like, nope, that's just, I'm not going to do that. That's laziness. I'm not paying it, especially for me because I'm like so tight with money. I'd be like, I'm not paying extra money to have it delivered. But what would end up happening is after I did it a few times or had the ability to do it a few times, I know it would become like the McDonald's mobile app to where like I use it every time I go there almost. Because whenever the app first started, I was like, this is stupid. If anybody's ordering from this, like, can you really not just wait 5 seconds and tell them what you want? Until I started using it, and I was like, nah, fuck this. Saves time. I like
You
it.
know, you get the rewards points too.
Oh, yeah, the reward points is, but man, yeah. I haven't looked at those in a while, but I have a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, those things are pretty handy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They'll sneak up on you. I never notice I have them until I have a billion of them. I'm like, whoa, looks like I'm getting free stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually, dude, I don't really use that. Does McDonald's have pretty good rewards programs?
No, no,
Oh.
no.
Okay.
If I'm being
Oh.
honest, no, they don't. They like you can only you can only get like one thing per order if you spend your rewards points. So if you have enough rewards points for everything on their rewards menu, oh well, you can only
You
pick
can
one of them.
still.
You can only pick one of them, and then the other ones like you gotta. I think you have to wait a full like 24 hours to use the other one. I might be wrong about that second
I
one.
have almost 19,000. So let's see what I would be able to purchase. That seems like that's a lot.
Yeah. Like it won't let you use more than one. It won't let you stack anything on it, so that's kind of dumb. And they don't have very much good shit that you can get with the points either, to be honest with
Dude, they don't have anything. They have four fucking things in each selection, meaning wise, like, well, no. Like, what the fuck? Oh, that's a ripoff, dude.
you. Yeah, they kind of dropped the ball on that one. Everybody else does it better.
I never really look at the rewards points. I'm glad you pointed that out, though, because that's just a drop, dude. That's a total ball drop right there. Do better, McDonald's. Come on.
Yeah,
Want to ruin
yeah,
my livelihood a little faster with you, and you're
yeah.
making it
Everybody
hard.
else is doing better. Everybody else is doing. They could step.
Yeah, McDonald's food isn't even that good anymore compared to other fast food restaurants. Like, their burgers are outdone by almost every fast food restaurant.
Yeah,
Their fries are very specific, so if you like that peanut oil on your fry, that'll keep you there.
yeah.
Oh well. Anyways, on to another thing. Well, I'm getting sworn into the presidential office of the United States here later today, and I got to tell you guys, I'm a little nervous. I have not really prepared a speech, but I have a couple things kind of underneath my belt that I'd like to talk about. Specifically, karate. Where's it at? Let's bring it back. I really like the idea of having butterflies as our national symbol, um, because they go through so many changes, similar to how our country has. So let's work on that. The bald eagle's cool, but the word bald isn't, and it kind of makes us seem like weak old men. And so, though the eagle is badass, we got to switch on. So we're gonna go to the very hairy butterfly as the U.S. national animal. And then my third thing I just want to thank everybody for is for for being here. So thanks, guys. That's all I've got prepared. I don't think it's gonna go well.
Dude,
I don't have high hopes.
I don't know, man. I was gonna say you'd get my vote, but I guess if you're getting sworn in, you probably already got my vote.
Yeah, that's what's funny is I spent 18 months tricking people into thinking I knew what I was gonna do, and now I'm here just twiddling my thumbs. I don't know what I'm doing. But that's probably what really happens in office, to be
I was
honest.
about to say, I think that happens every 4 years.
I bet the feeling of I bet like right now, well, not right now, I bet 10 minutes ago, not as much for Donald Trump, but for anybody else that's like first experiencing being elected president, I bet the 10 minutes leading up to inauguration is like, dude, what did I get myself into?
Oh my
What
God,
the heck? Oh, bro,
I'd
I'd be
freaking
freaking.
out.
Yeah,
What to do.
no. No, I would definitely ask my wife, like, what did. I don't know what I'd ask my.
Why'd you
First
let
of
me
all,
do this shit? Why?
dude, yeah, that'd be terrifying. I would love it. Oh, I can't wait. What would be your first act as president? That leads in good. What's your first act as president?
What's mine?
Yeah.
Shit, man, that's a good question. I guess I hadn't really thought about it too much. Um,
I don't know what my first act would be. Because the problem is that, like, realistically, my first act's probably just walking into the White House. Like, that's my first actual thing that I'm doing. But my first act as president is probably going to be using the bathroom. That's
yeah.
going to take me a good amount of time. We could go. Dude, I don't know. If I'm going to focus on any major issue. Ooh, that would be a good one. If we're gonna focus on, if we're gonna focus and really correct America, then we got to figure out what the heck is going on in the school systems. There is not enough kids doing drugs, and it's absolutely making no sense to me. You got to explore yourself.
So you address that first?
Yeah, I'd address that first. Yeah. these kids need to make more mistakes, and so far they're not making any at all. They're being coddled, and a few of them are gonna really mess up. And I'm really sorry for you guys. I don't recommend it, but
Wait,
you're gonna.
are they
You're
gonna
gonna
mess
do
up
it.
by not messing up, or are they gonna?
Well, that's the thing. There's going to be some that don't even touch it, and by therefore, because they're not exploring or experimenting at all, they're never even going to have the chance to reach their full potential. But then there's going to be that very few that just go balls to the walls with everything, and you can just tell straight out they're going to be the crackheaded on the corner for the rest of their life. But you sacrifice, you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet, and right now we're trying to make the omelet of America with our children. Okay, we're just going to
You gotta break a
introduce.
few of 'em.
Yeah, we're going to break a few children, but I'm pretty sure most of them are broken already. So that's all right. So yeah, well, you know what? Drugs for children. That's what I'm running on.
That's a hell of a campaign, dude. That'd make
yeah.
a good shirt.
It's under the thing is drugs is such a broad category is like I'm only talking about the good ones. But if the bad ones get me voted into office, I'm talking about the bad ones.
Yeah.
But I'm only talking about the actual recreational, non-harmful ones. We could go on and list them, but I'd rather everybody else just go out and try.
Yeah, if I find out which one works for you.
Yeah, everybody. We're all individuals.
Yeah.
I shouldn't tell you what works.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not
funny.
sure if that. I'm not sure if that's it. But
Yeah, definitely not. I don't condone or I don't want anybody to go and do it. But if you do, like, subscribe, and tell us how it is in the comments below. Thank you.
we need a disclaimer for that one.
Yeah.
No, yeah, adults should do that. The kids definitely shouldn't do that, but adults, you can do what you want. You're your own.
I don't think kids could if they wanted to.
You don't think?
No. No, I mean the ones in like the ones that will never watch this podcast, yeah, like the ones in super inner cities that have access to shit. But for the most part, I feel like kids aren't the same as like they used to be, and kids are all pussies now. They're not like.
It's probably good in some aspects.
No, it's 100% good. It's good. They're coddled. I'm just gonna stick with that word. Kids are coddled now, so we're all a little safer, even though we're dumber. It's better off this way. But if you want to change it, vote Justin Emerson for the United States of America in 2036. I'll be 39.
You should run.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be pretty funny.
Hey, dude, there's 5 people that watch this podcast. Let's all write me in so there's at least 7 votes that says Justin in 2036. That would be awesome. I might know what I'm talking about by then. That gives me plenty of time to, like...
Plenty of time to prepare.
Yeah, plenty of time to prepare. I probably won't, but it gives me time to, so...
Are you... I think you should, like, officially declare right now that you are officially running 2030.
All right, guys. I'll have to really think on that. Maybe circle back to it by the end of the podcast, because I'll tell you what, that's something that I wouldn't take lightly, and already thinking about it, it's something that I feel like I could make a really big difference in a lot of people's lives, probably for the negative, and it would be great to just figure out exactly how far I could push these buttons. So you know what, you're right, you know what, let's do it. Right now, I Justin Emerson, am throwing in my name and my non-existent white flag into the candidacy poll for the 2036 United States president election. Wait, I'm just curious. Is that right? Is that how you do it?
I think if you threw in the white flag, then you gave up already. So you announced that you're running, and then during that announcement, you gave up.
That may be the smartest thing that my campaign has done. Giving up before I start running eliminates the possibilities of me saying the wrong things and offending most of America.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're keeping the white flag in there, but still write my name down. I don't want to win, but I want to be represented. We'll keep it there, and maybe we'll circle back. I'm gonna continue thinking on it. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull the white flag probably.
All right, there we go. Yeah, Justin's running, not this time, but Even
One
though
of
he's
them.
getting even though he's getting sworn in right now.
Yeah,
He's
we've already just sworn me in, unfortunately. I promise my swear-in speech will be a lot better. There were zero swear words in there.
I was
I'm
about to
sorry.
ask, did you
That was
swear?
dumb. I didn't swear at all, but I need to if it's a swearing-in speech.
Yeah.
I can't wait for my swearing-out speech. That swearing-out speech is going to be a good one.
Yeah, dude, you just gonna swear your little head off.
Yeah, that's the one they usually don't televise because the president's just up there flipping everybody off and really telling them what he thinks. I can't repeat these words or it'd be a
They
bunch of
should
bleeping.
do
So,
that. They totally should do that. Just the day before inauguration.
oh, dude, that'd be so funny. Just give your honest opinion.
Just a
Like,
swearing out ceremony where you just go in and you're like, you know what? You fucking sucked. You were terrible at your job. I hate this shit. I, I'll never
I
do this
feel
again.
like anymore that's kind of what they do within like just within their actions, from their pardons to like their last second things. So like we talked about TikTok last week. I found it so funny that Biden's the one that signed that bill. He's the one that pushed forward into TikTok going getting taken down, and then on Friday he changed his mind and left it up to Trump. Wanted to leave it up to Trump, but then Congress went ahead and pushed it through. But he changed his mind so that he didn't look bad. But now he's like, so like he gained fan votes there, but now he's like pardoning his family and Fauci and all this other, and like it's just so funny. They're basically telling people what they think before they leave by just by their actions. He really is. They're saving their buddies. They're making friendships that
Did, is your wife big on TikTok?
very much so.
Yeah.
I was very excited. I thought I was going to get to talk to her for the first time in a year and a half. And it happened for about 15 minutes. But then once she realized it came back up, I lost her to the void. And I'm still looking for her. She comes out every 3 hours to feed Layla and then hops right back in.
Yeah, so I think TikTok was blocked in the U.S. for something like 12, 13 hours, give or take. And
Yeah.
uh, I swear that entire time I heard, not from me, from Joss, I heard every emotion under the sun from the time it went offline to the time it came back.
I find it
And
so funny that it is such an impactful fucking that it makes that much of an impact on every single individual's day that like it had to be brought to national attention that hey, this cannot stay. You are literally taking away our freedom by taking away our TikToks right now.
that's nuts.
It's
Yeah.
so crazy. And
No.
what really hurt I feel bad cuz Facebook and Twitter, man, I bet if they would have kept it off for a week, think about the amount of screen time that Facebook and Twitter would have increased by. They would have got so much more traffic and ads, just because there's no option. That's what I was excited to do was to compare face screen time with TikTok compared to without it.
Without it.
Because it's really funny. Because literally within an hour of it going down, she said, "I guess I'll read more now." Yeah, that's a great idea. I love that because she used to love to read. Like all the free, she has so many books that she could still continue to, and she does slowly. But it was just cool for her to be like, "Well, now I know what I'll do with my time." Like she automatically recognized something that would be better that she could do with it.
And then when as soon as TikTok came back up, she said, "Fuck this."
Yeah, no, me and Layla haven't seen her in a while. I'm hoping that Layla's okay. She's downstairs taking care of herself.
Yeah, Faith's somewhere in the void hanging out with Batman.
Yeah, she's got a bunch of talks ticking around her. She
Yeah.
cannot be interrupted at the moment. It's a pretty serious endeavor.
She's hanging out with your old hamster Batman and Tony probably somewhere floating around the ceiling.
I wonder where Tony's at. I haven't seen him in a while. It's been a few hours.
I saw him last week.
Yeah, everybody did, dude. That was a nice little. That was a good little, little fan treat. I think people
Yeah.
will eventually see the fooler of him. There's a lot of him. He takes up the whole screen.
There's
but-
a fair amount of Tony. That's true.
Yeah, that's so funny. Fuck, that's so good.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. I had to make sure that we saved that one. That was one for the vault. That was
It'll be good to go back one day and make a full like hour-long video of just cutouts that we've done, even from our tests. Our tests have a lot of things we could throw into them, a lot of good conversations and
Those were
stuff.
good.
Yeah.
Those were honestly really good. Yeah, especially once they got like rolling, once they got off the ground. Maybe the first like 5 minutes or so was shaky, but then once it just became a conversation, it
And
was
it
just
was
smooth
really,
sailing.
oh yeah, 100%. I told Faith, it was weird how easy it was to do. And then it's like, you don't realize how quick 2 hours goes, even if you're just sitting down talking to somebody, until you do something like a formal podcast like this, where because the only other time I've really done something like this, I guess, would be with work, like for work interviews, or that very short time that I had like online classes in college that we had to just attend through Zoom, and those drug out. But actually getting to talk and like, exchange our thoughts and just ramble on, it goes by really quick.
Yeah, yeah, it goes by really fast, man. Whatever, it's not tedious.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it goes by super fast. Uh, Back on that TikTok ban, dude. This kind of brings me something I have written down. I wanted to talk about two things
Awesome.
I have written down. I wanted to talk about. Now, one of them, um, without saying names, I probably saw more than one person do this, but I saw a handful of people throughout, the various social medias get mad because they deleted their app. Whenever the thing got shut down, they immediately deleted their app, and then whenever it came back on, they couldn't get their app back. And that made me laugh. And it made me laugh because the majority of the people that did it, they were mad about it. Like, they were mad at, like, everybody else. They were like, "Oh, fucking whatever, dude. They'll take it away from you guys again in a couple days. Yeah, fuck you." Yeah. They got real like social media bitter, and dude, I kind of that was one of the topics I wanted to talk about was people just, I guess not even particularly for that, dude. But there's so many like social media bitter people. Have you seen them? Have you seen them? Like, now I understand some people go on there. Some people like it's an outlet. That's the way they talk. They don't have like a lot of people they communicate with. So I get it, but there are some people that anytime they post, it is exclusively a complaint. Like it's
Yes.
never anything good. Like they'll be completely dark for days, and then one day they're like, "Oh, today sucked, and fuck this and fuck that," and they're just going on a big rant, and then that's the only type of shit that you will ever see from them.
Yeah, that's it's really fun. So I'll start with what your original point was. I'm glad you brought that up because Faith is the one that actually brought my attention to that. Just because I wasn't really on my phone much yesterday, and when she told me that, I couldn't help but to laugh either because I was like, that is the epitome of like just everybody our age and younger now. I did something that negatively affected me and I'm pissed at you for it. What the hell? Like, not taking, it goes back to not taking accountability, and then on top of it, like, why the fuck did you delete it, you dummy? It wasn't taking, like, if it was taking up that much space on your phone, why delete it? Or why have it to begin with? But then delete it, like, I don't know. I find it funny. But I'm also somebody that I don't know, think that I don't think TikTok's useful. TikTok is like a less fun Vine from everything I've seen.
That was actually going to be one of the things I was talking about. That was the second thing. Was they need to bring back Vine, dude. I miss Vine.
Bro, Vine
I think
100% needs to come back. And what would be cool is if they even restored the old servers so that
Oh, so you got all the old ones.
all the old Vines just cycled back through, bro. Vine is where I don't know if anybody has ever really checked out he's an old school rapper. He's been in all kinds of movies. He was in a scary movie. But he's a rapper from the 2000s, Dirt Nasty. You should check him out. But he has some old school vines. That it's one of the first memories that comes back whenever we talk about vines is Dirt Nasty's. He does one where he's got a whole series where it's just him and his gay brother Steven, and he's playing both roles, and he's just super inappropriate and funny and awkward and just He just makes you laugh for no freaking reason at all, and it's the funniest thing in the world. But also check out Dirt Nasty's raps, bro. Dirt Nasty is some he if you like comedic rap, he is top tier in terms of just saying funny songs. He's a legit artist. He's a good singer. But man, that dude is fucking hilarious. I love Dirt Nasty.
Yeah, I had to look him up to see who you were talking about, and then when I saw his face, I remember exactly who he is. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the main character, like Scary Movie 3, I think.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember which one it was. I know that he's in a lot of other movies. Funny enough, it's just weird.
Yeah, he was the main character of whichever one was parodying 8 Mile, which I think was.
Okay. Okay. That's so funny. Yeah, everybody should check him out. Check out his big number one. I don't know what his number one songs are, but check out his songs. Andy's the one that introduced me to him. He's got like, I think 1980. He introduced me to him. He introduced me to Wax. Wax has a lot of good songs too. That's a good Latino artist, Latino rapper. He's awesome.
I forgot about Wax. Man. I did forget about him.
Yeah,
Andy found a lot of strange.
yeah, bro. You can tell that he went to college in the 2000s. Like he's got that type of music, and it's awesome because everything he introduced me to is really good. Just chill, fun with your boys type of just kickback music. It's great.
Or it's just hilarious.
Yeah, or it's just hilarious and fun to bump and listen to. That's also true. You could go cruising if you like altered cigarillos at all. You could just go cruising and just freaking enjoy those little things. That's the songs.
It took me a minute to realize what you were talking about there. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fun. Yeah, bring back Vine. Somebody bring back Vine, please. That or Vine like app. We just need short funny content. That's all any of our attention spans have is 12 seconds or less. So let's keep it to it.
Wasn't Vine like 6?
Vine was super short. I thought Vine was under 10.
I'm
but
pretty sure it was 6.
Was it 6?
Yeah, I think it was 6 seconds, and then I might be remembering it wrong, but I think towards the end of its life, I think they did extend to like 10, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe, but I still might be wrong about that.
Well, I got their time. Them and Snapchat, I get mixed up, so I'm not. It could be 6, and I was just thinking of Snapchat because Snapchat's was 10.
It was 10, yeah. Snapchat's was originally 10, and then it turned to you can have like the infinite ones now.
Yeah, yeah, I have them last till whenever. Yeah, that's funny.
I think most people only use Snapchat anymore for like the typing part, which originally you couldn't even do.
Really, that's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I use Snapchat for actually. I don't really use Snapchat much for anything.
Yeah, we just have that group chat.
Yeah, I have that group chat. I have a streak that I do with Faith just because we started it when we were dating. But like,
that thing's probably long as hell.
Yeah, it's really long. It's a good one. It's about
Yeah.
it's close to my length. It's freaking getting there, man. We're gonna freaking just. And on that one, Chewy needs a refill.
Oh my god. Wait, is that cup Chewbacca?
Yes, this is a Chewy.
Oh, okay.
A Chewy koozie.
Yeah, it's not a cup. Yeah, I see what it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have a couple of those, or not the Chewbacca ones, but I have a couple of those laying around. But I just have a Red Bull. It's too.
Yeah, I have some random ones for golfing, but I found that one, and I was putting all my golf stuff together there last week, and figured why not pull that one out and use that. That's a good celebratory one.
Dude, it is about that time of year.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited, bro. I can't fucking wait. I started, we'll just do an update, everybody. Update on VR golf. I'm fucking boycotting that. I suck. I suck so bad. I am so bad at this game that I wish I could break my non-existent club sometimes because it makes no sense. Like, no sense. My wrists are tight. so tight, so tight. But when I swing, they're fucking all over the place. It's the most annoying thing. So boycotting that. I cannot wait for 2K25 PGA 2K25 to come out because I will finally be good at a golf game again. That was just a sidebar. Sorry to get off track there. Real golf is getting closer. Aside from the foot of snow we have outside right now here in Glenville, I don't know what you have up there, but
about the same. It's not great.
Yeah, it's just shitty snow. So,
Yeah.
but we are getting closer. We're halfway through January, more than halfway. So, hopefully, in another 2 months, we'll be able to get out and start playing some.
I have a trip out of state next Friday, so I hope that weather isn't atrocious.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm also not going anywhere warmer, so
that's even worse. We're Faith said that here West Virginia is under some sort of, I don't know, weather announcement, weather precautionary because of the temperatures, because we're going to be in the negatives the next few days.
Yeah, it's pretty cold here too, man.
I figured up there would be worse.
I think the wind chill's like -2 or something. I looked
That's
at it
so
earlier.
crazy. I never would have thought that we would have gotten a worse winter than you.
Okay, now it's 13 degrees, wind chill's 2.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's also
Wednesday we got a low of -6.
okay. It says it's 13 here too, so we're probably around there. We're probably literally dealing with the same thing.
Yeah.
So I saw -7 one day, and then around the -2 and -3 a lot of the other days.
So if this never airs, we froze to death over the next couple days. If we don't make it to Friday, sorry everybody.
Yep. I was never able to get to work again. I was never able to make it home to edit this. Sorry.
Yep, and Tony ate him to stay alive.
That is the most realistic thing that will absolutely happen. He will eat a hole in that door and then get to my body, and he will eat on me for... Probably he's fat. He'd probably have me done in a good 5 meals. So, but he has Layla and Faith to eat on too, so
Yeah.
he'd last. Somebody come check on our cats.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do that, dude. They'd be like human sized by the time they were done.
Yeah, they'd
They're
be
just gonna-
altered.
Yeah, they're just gonna run your whole apartment. They're gonna be like walking on 2 legs. He's actually gonna be Tony the Tiger. Yeah, he's actually gonna be Tony the Tiger.
yeah,
He's gonna be
yeah,
like
yeah.
fucking 6'4".
Better watch out, bro. We got a lot of like 9mm sitting around this place. He might really be a dangerous kitty. Yeah, don't mess with him. Oh, dude, you know what? I had read that. That's a good little transit. I wanted to talk to you. Transition. I wanted to talk to you about this anyways. Did you see? I think it was Japan. Japan authorized surgery to have to mix animal and human DNA to make a hybrid human animal. Now quote not quote, I'm saying quote from my memory, quote, they are doing it for human organ transplant, but what's stopping them from making just some freaking killer war machine over there in Japan?
They could make man bear pig.
Man bear pig. Well,
Yeah.
what I was actually thinking of a man bear, but man, that's even funnier. Man bear pig.
They could make man bear pigs.
We're gonna throw a picture of man bear pig up here for anybody that does not watch South Park and may not know about man bear pig.
Yeah,
This is man bear pig.
It's very real.
He is very real. He is as real as Sasquatch. Actually, he's probably more real than Sasquatch.
Pretty sure he killed Satan.
Oh, well then shoot, the Christians should be all over him.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, guys. You guys probably have read about him in the biblical text then.
Well, he's also like a 3 species hybrid, so I don't know if they're a fan.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they don't like intersexual. Yeah.
Yeah, so man bear pig is just,
interspecies sex.
he's just in a world of his own, dude. Nobody likes him. Everybody's got to be careful.
Well, you know what? If nothing else, you should appreciate him because he's a beautiful work of art, and he did the world a favor multiple times. You can find out by watching South Park, and
Yeah.
we won't.
I
Tell you
can't
which one.
tell you which episodes. So
It's
gotta watch
between
them all.
season 1 and 23, episodes 1 and 20 of each season. If you start with 1 and watch them consecutively, you'll find them in there.
You'll find him a few times. So if you find him once, you still got to keep going.
Yeah, because you're not the one that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, until you watch him murder Satan.
Once he does that, then you're like, I understand why he is.
Yeah. You'll understand the
who
whole
he
man
is.
bear pig lore, and you'll understand why you should be concerned.
Yeah. He saved us, and no, he doesn't get any of the credit, and it's actually rather upsetting.
Yeah, and nobody believed in him.
No. I still don't believe in him, and that's what's sad is I'm talking about him. I'm an advocate for him, and I still don't believe in him because he's such bullshit. Like, his speeches, they mean nothing. I don't think that he really means the words that he says. I think that he's cartooned, so that makes me think he's probably not real.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I'm throwing out some assumptions. I know he may come to my house and beat me up, and if so, I'm sorry. That's all I can say.
You shit.
I would 100. I would make sure that I turn on this record so that he beats the fuck out of me right here on this, and so that everybody can see that for some reason Man Bear Pig is absolutely real. And Trey and Matt are gonna get their ass beat by me for thinking of this guy. So screw that.
I wish we knew or were like very good special effects people so we could like make that happen.
Yeah, that would be really funny.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Fucking hilarious. Yeah, and then like I just did like the next like 5-10 minutes by myself, and then you just respawn.
That is the ad commercial, and then you come back in and you're like, well, folks, I'm sorry, but as you can see there, why Justin just didn't make that. That would be so funny. Oh, man.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
We'll bank that for a couple hundred episodes from now.
Oh, yeah. That's just a good idea to roll from.
Yeah, we'll loop back around to that when we're like 40.
I can't freaking wait.
Oh,
Dude,
Tired of slaving away over a hot stove? Tired of waiting an entire 5 minutes for a meal? Introducing Gourmet Instant Ramen, the instant meal for those who don't have time for anything, but still want to consume calories. With Gourmet Instant Ramen, you'll get all the luxury of dining at a 5-star restaurant in the time it takes to microwave a potato. Just tear open the packet, drop in the noodles, and bam! Your culinary masterpiece is done. Is this the taste of a real chef's kitchen? Spoiler, it's not. But who cares? It's instant. Gourmet Instant Ramen. It's the name without gourmet.
man, did you catch any of the, I'm sure you did, any of the NFL there Saturday and yesterday?
Yeah, I was gonna go into that right now. I caught bits and pieces. I'm not gonna lie. When the Steelers get eliminated from playoffs, which happens a lot, I usually check out until Super Bowl time, but I at least kept a little bit of track. The Chiefs, they chiefed again, as they do.
They chiefed hard.
Yeah.
The refs chiefed so... I didn't watch that game, bro, but I made sure that after I saw the first, 20 posts talking about that game was retarded, I went back and I started watching, the specific calls that they were talking about. From holdings to flops to fucking illegal contact to just multiple different scenarios. I don't know the score of that game, so I can't say that it would have made a difference because I don't know if the Chiefs really just still whooped up on them. But
It's 23-14.
okay, that's not bad actually. That's pretty freaking close. Well, I'm frustrated with it. Me and my mother-in-law were talking about it when she came up to see Layla there on Saturday morning, and I don't dislike any of the Chiefs players. So, and by that I mean it's not like whenever the Patriots were freaking just dominating the league, and I truly was like, screw Tom Brady, screw Bill Belichick, screw all these guys. I had somewhat of a distaste for them because they raped the Steelers so many times. The Chiefs I hold nothing against them, bro, but they are so boring for football to see them do what they're doing, and then to see the closeness of the games that they're coming out with, and then how much of an impact that makes towards the end of the season and in the postseason. It's really just it's got me flabbergasted. I'm losing interest as a fan in the sport because oh gosh, look, here's the 2018 Warriors coming back to win a third title. It's It's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, dude, it's back to the same shit another year. Um, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. They got the Bills to deal with. The Bills beat the Ravens. So
Yeah, I'm surprised with that. That right there, as a Steelers fan, every other Steelers fan will be like, "Oh, screw you." I wanted the Lions and the Ravens both. I wanted the Lions to win first, and then I was not upset if the Ravens won, solely because I do really like a lot of the players that are on the Ravens team right now. Obviously, that's bad for our conference, bad for where we're at. But I don't care. I wanted them to win, and to see that they lost it because of that drop pass, that was crazy.
yeah, that's what I was going to talk about next. Is Mark Andrews, dude. My notes say Mark Andrews equals Houdini.
Where'd it go?
Because he just disappeared, man. Just disappeared when it mattered most. I'm one of those people that, like, I know there are division rivals, and I'm not supposed to want them to do anything, but I'm one of those people that if we get bounced out of the playoffs, I would prefer it to be by a team that is actually good enough to make a run and makes a run. Like, I don't like getting bounced out of the playoffs, and then that team that beat us goes and gets bounced out of the playoffs because we could have done that.
Yep,
You
that's
know what
literally.
I mean? Like,
yep, and that would have just.
It just feels like we lost for nothing. Like losing already kind of pisses me off, but it feels like we lost to we lost for nothing if we don't at least lose to a team that made it to the conference championship or a team that made it to the Super Bowl or something.
Yep.
Like then the loss seems less bad. You know what I mean? Then it's like, oh well, we lost to the Super Bowl champions on their way to the Super Bowl. That's that's unfortunate, but.
And that's how it has been for us, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, we got beat by the Chiefs a couple times, so yeah, that sounds about right.
I don't know. I'm just really upset overall with our performance, and then the fact, you're absolutely right in that. Like, if we're gonna lose, we better lose to the best team, of the year.
Yeah,
rather
I would
than
prefer
somebody.
it to be that.
We just had. I don't know what's going on with the Steelers. They're so disappointing. They're so disappointing that I started slightly rooting for the Ravens. Like, that's pretty fucked up now that I think about it. I really messed up there.
Yeah, I didn't, but it was still hard to watch. It was upsetting.
Well, I really like the play. I'm more of a fan of players now than I am teams, because it seems like you can't be fan of a team. Being a fan of a team only leads to disappointment unless you're a fan of one of 4 teams in the league at any given time. But being a fan of a player, you can still appreciate whenever they do good and cheer when they do good, even when your team's doing shit.
And then the Eagles beat the Rams. That happened yesterday. So that was a 28-22.
The Eagles beat the Rams. Nice.
Yeah. I
expected that, actually.
I kind of expected that. I don't really have much to say about that one. That one kind of just...
Nah, that's expected.
I thought the Eagles were going to win. I didn't see the Rams making a big run. And the Commanders beat the Lions. I thought that shit was insane. Now, the Lions were banged up. I read somewhere the Lions had a total of 16 players on injured reserve.
Yeah, the Lions were really messed up. That's what I read afterwards, obviously. I didn't know that going in, and whenever I saw that they lost, I was super depressed. But still, props to the Commanders, because I did not see them making, even close to a run that they have,
Jaden Daniels is an animal already.
I will say, though, I hope that they don't win the Super Bowl, because they don't deserve to win the Super Bowl with a name of the Commanders. Go back to who you originally are.
I liked the football team, to be dead honest with you. I thought that was funny.
The football team is the most ironic name for the football team. But
I thought it would have been sick if they were the Washington football team and won a Super Bowl.
The Washington,
but they were bad the whole time.
The Washington, bro, I forgot that they even were that for 2 seasons.
So Chiefs, Bills next week, and then the Eagles, Commanders next week. Who do you think's going to the Super Bowl, man? Because I think it's going to be
Eagles.
That's what I was about to say. I think it's going to be Chiefs, Eagles. I would really like to see the Bills go, and I'd really like to see the Commanders go above the Eagles, but that's not going to happen.
No, the Bills are my team that I'm rooting for now, just because, again, I'm a fan. I'm a player of fans, and so, well, actually, I like the players on the Eagles, but You can't fucking. I don't want the Eagles to win another Super Bowl ever. Philadelphia can ring that bell you have, and that's about all you get. No parades. Screw you guys. So yeah, but it'll probably, unfortunately, I'm calling it Chiefs. Chiefs are gonna. It'll be a good game with the Eagles, but if the Chiefs' defense is their defense, then they're gonna stop the run game, and so they're gonna stop all potential of the Eagles to have at least 100-yard rushing from a player to I don't know. It'll be a good game, but I'm not going to be as interested in it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's actually been a while since I've been like super excited for a Super Bowl, unfortunately.
Because it's been the Chiefs every goddamn year. It gets kind of old.
Yeah, it goes back to like the NBA and the Warriors. Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, give us something different this year.
Yeah, that's the thing. Dude, if any other teams go, it will 100% be a day that people are like, I'm calling off work. Because I know I am getting way too
drunk. Yeah.
Yes. Like, I don't know. I'm really depressed because as a kid, I was like, man, I can't wait to be an adult and like host Super Bowl parties or just have one for myself and like my family and shit. Mm-hmm. But now it's like so lame because it's like, yeah, we'll just like watch the game because it's not an event. Like the last one that I really remember celebrating was whenever, what was that one that the Saints played in last? Was that against the Packers? Colts. Okay. So that one right there, I remember that one very vividly. Like my entire
year after the Steelers won. Yeah.
Okay, then that's why. So that's how pathetic it is. That's really sad. I remember those like as a kid being like, "Oh, this is what Super Bowls are like." And then I know me and you had a few that we had watched together or just watched at your mom's house. But like, I guess not really having that like fandom behind me. It wasn't as much of a celebration day, you know.
Do you remember when Dalton, that year that the Falcons and the Patriots played in the Super Bowl? Whenever the Falcons were up 28-3 or whatever, and we made the bet with Dalton that if the Patriots came back and won, that he'd play football.
Yep.
And they came back and won, and that little bastard didn't.
He did not play football. But he did say from the second that they won, he said, "I'm not playing football, guys. I'm not playing football. I'm not playing football." He wore that helmet that whole game, though. That's the funniest thing. He wore your old football helmet the whole fucking game.
And we got that from like a fundraiser or something.
Yeah.
So they sold like a bunch. Yeah, they sold a bunch of the old ones that we could.
I think he wore that. I wore my Spidey mask, and we all just fucking just chilled out with like, you might have had the baseball helmet or something. I don't know. I know we were all just being dumb watching the Super Bowl, having some good times. Dude, that was you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. That was a low-key, really great Super Bowl celebration because just getting to do it with like your really close friends in high school and doing absolutely nothing but just being stupid little kids, like that's so funny. That was a great game too. Oh,
yeah,
man, Matt Ryan, fuck you, buddy. What
man,
the heck?
I'd like to sit here and reminisce on Super Bowls, but I think that'd be better to save for whenever we do
for the Super Bowl.
For the Super Bowl week, yes.
100%.
We'll put that one in our back pocket and do like a list of our favorite Super Bowls or some shit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good little idea.
Let's move on. Well, I just want to talk about it because I meant to last week, and technically it's old news now, but it's just so funny that I want to bring it up. Obviously, the fires in LA are bad. The damage that has been done is absolutely terrible. Sidebar. I do a lot of these. Nowhere near close to the devastation or damage or destruction and total number of individuals affected by then in the Carolinas with Hurricane Helene. So everybody should also focus on that and stop ignoring the fact that is going on. But the fires in LA, dude, I was listening to I was on social media, and it was on social media, and it was one of the news like agencies on social media, and they posted this clip. It was Fox 11 LA. And this news reporter was in the streets, and right behind them, everything was on fire. And she was reporting on it. And blah 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 blah, burning, blah blah blah, and then some guy rolls up and he's like, "Hey, yo, it's all on fire," and she's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, there's multiple fires right now, sir. There's multiple fires." Yo, hey, who's causing these fires, yo? What's
He's got
going
a good
on?
point. He's got a point.
And she's like, "Well, there are multiple ones. We're trying to get them contained. You need to evacuate." I think it's the gays. I think it's
All right. All right.
I think it's because
I'm
I
not
think
sure
it's
if he
the-
has a good point anymore. I'm not sure if he has a good point anymore.
I think it's because of the gays. And then they like cut the feed, or at least the video that I saw on social media was cut off then. And I was like, man,
That's awesome.
that is the funniest, most random thought. And for somebody to be in LA to have that thought, he probably didn't really mean it, but he knew that was funny as shit. And that is the most, I lost my head. That is the most funny and like random thing that somebody could have said.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. That's funny as shit.
Yeah, so all that money and all that damage that's done, all that money lost, all those homes burnt, the 6,500 plus victims affected. It's because you let in all the gay people.
That's what that guy said.
That is
That's
as
not- yeah.
Fox News LA.
Yeah, that's not what we say. That's what that guy that they interviewed him. I guess I don't even want to say that. I don't even want to say they interviewed him. I guess
They did not interview him.
He
This
interviewed
guy,
himself.
yeah, this
He
dude,
interviewed himself on Fox News LA.
he knew some psychology tricks back from the old days, and probably from when he was being evaluated. And he twisted it around to where she said exactly the right things, to where he got a very wrong and inappropriate thought off. Yeah, that is not the thought of this podcast crew, but I will say that I personally do find it absolutely funny, and that's a good comedic laugh. And you can't help but to enjoy it, because nobody's ready for that.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, nobody was ready. That's for the guy that's the. Nah, I'm not even gonna say that's. I can't even say that, because every word of that guy. If anybody's ever seen a clip float around about 5 to 6 years ago, it was an old man in a Halloween mask, and somebody was interviewing him, and he ended up going on about 5 or 6 other news shows. And,
Oh my god!
he just said,
Oh,
I can't even, dude. Like, I can't even say it because I'll have to take it, like, I'll have to bleep it out for YouTube. But he basically said, bleeper right in the bleeper. So, go and look that up.
yeah.
But basically,
Yeah,
he sabotaged, and he took control over this news thing.
I guess you
That
could
guy-
look it up by initials, right? So it was
Yeah.
FH
R IP.
ITP.
ITP?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I think. I guess I can search it right now and see if it's sort of.
We're not advocating this, but we are saying that they are funny
Oh,
videos
yeah,
for the
yeah.
times.
There's there are clips of it. I guess there's further explained clips of it. It was staged.
Oh, that's depressing. He did
That's-
it multiple places.
Yeah. There's a video,
Never mind. Don't.
video explaining whatever happened to him. I guess you know what. I'll have to. There is no way that this has a Wikipedia page. I'm gonna send you this screenshot. So I want
What
you
the
to let
heck,
me.
Rain? What's
Let me know
sidebar?
let me know when you get this.
If this happens to be fake, absolutely nobody look it up and give traffic to any of these videos, as they do not deserve to be seen. If he.
Dude, it has its own Wikipedia page. It's like an event.
Oh.
I don't know if it's an
Yeah.
event or a person.
Yep.
It was a
FHRITP, baby. Look it up
Yeah.
on Wikipedia and you'll understand what I'm talking about. It is definitely not age appropriate. You should not look it up, actually.
It's pretty cool.
It's very cool. That's funny. What's it say on the Wikipedia? Does it give the full description on, like, the backstory to it?
Yeah, it's a catchphrase that was popularized by several viral videos posted online in 2014. Um, the videos portrayed. Yeah, okay. So here it says they're fake. The videos portrayed fictitious bloopers from television newscasts that involve the phrase. The original video focused on a news reporter using the phrase while unaware he was on the air. Is that right?
I don't remember that because
I don't remember that either. Yeah, that's
so
not. I just remember the guy with the Halloween mask.
They hid that one from the internet, so that one must have been on the actual broadcast whenever they ran the original tapings of it, or wherever they showed it. And because it's social media, and obviously we only do things to manipulate and to get likes and clicks, they probably made it. They just made us think for the past fucking 10 years that it wasn't orchestrated when it was. That's crazy, man. You just really shed some light on that. I know there's a lot of people, at least our age, that definitely thought that was real. Like,
yeah, I did for the longest time.
I never thought it wasn't because it was just so out there and stupid. Plus, who's going to do that on a news channel? So, man, that's crazy. Well, screw that guy. Nobody go and watch that. That sucks, and that guy sucks.
Yeah, this Wikipedia page is pretty long. I'll look into it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's transition into something fun. Let's transition into a new segment. Reasons you might know your uncle's a crackhead.
Huh.
I don't know why. I just think that would be fun. So if you're an adult, you've probably been around you probably have some friends that you're like, huh, are you a crackhead? And here are some ways to find out. I'll go first just to give some ideas, and this is based off of some experiences, honestly, that we both experienced, Wyatt. And yeah, I just think it'd be funny. I think it'd be funny to see what we come up with here.
That's pretty sweet, yeah.
So
I like how you even changed the family member that it was too.
Yeah. If your uncle spends all night long in the garage, but yet has nothing ever built, he may be a crackhead.
That's true. That's true. I got a good one. Yeah. Okay. So say you have to go to the dentist and get a tooth cut out, and then you get prescribed a bottle of pain medication, and you take them just as frequently as you're supposed to, maybe even less frequently than you're supposed to. And they still somehow all disappear. Your uncle may or may not be a crackhead who's either using your pills or is selling them for crack money.
100. That is a really good one, and
it's incredibly specific. I know, but you could have pain medication for pretty much anything. If you have a crackhead relative, that you will not have as much pain medication as you had before. It will be gone.
Yeah, and what's funny, we can both attest to this. We've seen it. It can stray to, like he said, every type of pain medication because crackheads don't care. Yeah. Crackheads don't care. I guess sometimes
it does. I guess sometimes it doesn't even have to be pain medication. Like it could be like literally anything.
Oh yeah. If it's in pill form, that's a better way to put it. Yeah, if they see something in a pill bottle, that's officially partially theirs. Or it may be. If you have a crackhead uncle, it is. That's usually the only time it flies. If you may have a crackhead uncle, if you come into your house and the only thing that's missing is all of your change. The only thing that's stolen is all of your change. You probably have a crackhead uncle.
Yeah.
They usually think you won't notice, for some reason, change missing, even if it's every piece of change in your house. I have been robbed and had every piece of change stolen from my house from a crackhead, and knowing that he did it, thinking that we wouldn't know that it was because it was our change. Yeah. They love change. They know that, I can turn this in. I'm good.
I guess mine falls into the same category. I guess most of these kind of fall into the same category, other than the garage one. I guess just if you find something that you haven't found in a while,
and
then within an hour or so it goes missing. Like if you're around this family member and you're like, holy shit, look at this tablet I got for Christmas a couple years ago. I haven't seen this thing in forever, and you set it off to the side, and then You're looking for it a couple days later, and you're like, well, that thing's gone. What happened to it? Because it
Totally forgot I had that there. Yeah.
because it got snatched and traded.
I like that one. That makes me think of one. Your uncle may be a crackhead if he offers to sell you something very random that he pulled out of his car for a very good price. Or if he just brings it in the house. If you know it is worth more than double what he's selling it for, he may be a crackhead and he more than likely stole it. That's dude, that's so funny. That's so funny. Oh.
Crackhead uncles do some things.
Dude, yeah. Crackhead uncles. We're gonna keep it at uncles because that's the best one.
It is the best one. So
Yeah.
Kind of meets in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I am running. I didn't even have another one until you said that, and I was like, oh, when they sell you shit that you won, or you have a crackhead uncle whenever he tries to sell you something that's literally yours. If he sells you something that he stole from you, he probably doesn't remember he stole it from you, and so he's just selling it at a good price. Like, that's also plausible.
I thought of one.
Okay.
This is my last one. This kind of ties again into stealing shit. This one's similar to yours, but if that crackhead uncle randomly gives you something, if this person never gives you anything and does nothing but ask you for shit and steal shit from you, and then randomly someday comes in with something nice that you might want, no matter how small or large, it could be a 6-pack of beer, or it could be a pack of cigarettes, or whatever you're into, and, and they just randomly bring you that, there is a 99% chance those are very stolen. They're very stolen, and it is not the only one that he stole. He has one for himself of whatever he gave.
Your crackhead uncle is doing that for two of two reasons. One,
because he knows you're onto it.
Yes, and he is incriminating you, and he's making himself feel better because he's like, I'm doing it for two, not just for me.
Yep.
So that's a good one. That's a good one to end on. I'll tell you what. This is a segment that I think we should come back to periodically.
That was
because
sick.
That was a really good one. That was a good one to end on. I liked it. Yep. Good job, Wyatt. Sweet. Well, let's go to some other news. It's 4:00. I guess Trump's president now. So that's cool, I suppose. I'm trying to see. I have not gotten the notification that Nope. The national anthem has not yet been changed. All the gays have not been thrown into jail, so I don't think hell's frozen over, and we may be good for a couple more days. I'm gonna wait to see here. But yeah, no, nope, still no notifications on it, so I think we're okay. One day down. Let's just keep moving on. I am waiting for him to change the national anthem. He's going to throw fucking something in there about the best economy. I know it. The land of the free and the best fucking economy in the whole goddamn world.
What if he just makes it like Hell's Bells by ACDC?
I'm not going to lie. That'd be pretty cool to walk out to at like NATO meetings or walk out to at the World Summit, and he's just he's got wrestling music intro.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's awesome! I swear.
I remember one of his rallies. He came out to the Undertaker's theme music.
I've never watched one of his rallies, so I
haven't either. I just saw the clip of it because, like, I thought it was fake. I was like, this is edited. Somebody did this shit, and then like I checked the comments, and everybody kind of thought what I thought, and they're like, no, this definitely happened. It's real.
That's awesome. Yeah. Good for him. At least he's a cool
shit.
sport.
It was so funny. This is a couple years ago now, I think. It was a minute ago. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I know he's a cool guy. I hold nothing against him as a guy. So, that's awesome. I know a lot of people like him. Cool.
It's a big day for him, man.
Yeah, it's a big day for America, dude. I have a lot of high hopes for us, man. We're freaking we're really shitting the bed.
And you're getting sworn in today, too, apparently. So
yeah, I get sworn in. He got sworn in at 3. I get sworn in at 8.
Okay. So you're taking his job immediately.
Yeah, everybody can stream that on National Geographic. We're all going to be out there.
You can find it on Spike TV.
Yeah, we're gonna be spiking a TV around until they swear me in. Spike TV.
Spike was awesome. Spike's dead.
Spike was a great show, but Spike was also a terrible channel because it had show. It was a good, but it was a terrible channel because it either had shows that were just kick ass or it had the most
shit ever,
off the wall terrible things that you're like, why are they even giving these producers the right to think of this content? Like
Yeah.
it is, very much. It's like social media. Spike TV was like social media.
Yeah, it
You
was
hit or
Twitter.
miss, man.
Spike TV was just Twitter.
You're talking about Twitter. That's something else. I think periodically, I don't have Twitter, but I know you do. I think we need to do a section or like just a portion of the podcast where we're just gonna talk and talk about some of Antonio Brown's best tweets over any given time period. Because
those are hilarious.
I've had I see you've told me about a bunch of them, but I've seen like famous people talk about Antonio's tweets, and it's like, man, his would be funny to just sit down and make fun of from a very normal and low-minded individual perspective, because he's a crackhead too. Dude, I freaking love him though. He's the funniest dude. Those what were those? Did he did he just give out awards to some white people or
Yeah, dude, he did Cracker of the Year.
Okay. Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I thought it. Okay, well,
He
I'm not gonna lie,
his Twitter bio says #CTESPN. Yeah, his Twitter's pretty good, man.
dude, the only thing that really upsets me is I used to follow him, obviously, whenever he was like sane, on Instagram and on Snapchat and everything, and it was the coolest thing because he posted nothing but practicing football and his kids and like family time. And then once he became involved with the devil, he lost his entire mind, and he posts nothing but, I'm guessing, whatever's on his Twitter times more. I bet Twitter's 10 times worse than his Snapchat.
Probably.
He just goes off and he just posts the dumbest fucking shit, and he'll just rant, or it's him in dumbass clothes, or it's him walking from a vehicle to another vehicle. Like, he just makes no sense.
Yeah, he rips on people a lot, man. So one from yesterday, it was, I don't know if you've ever seen that video of that girl with a football helmet on. She doesn't have any arms and she's running a route, and then I'm assuming her boyfriend or whoever this is throws the football to her, and it just like hits her in the chest.
Mm-hmm.
He tweeted that video, and it says Mark Andrews in a clutch moment.
See, that makes me think that he does have a brain.
Yeah, dude, he's funny. He's just a shit poster. He just gets on Twitter and he just talks shit. He just trolls people. It's hilarious.
I would enjoy him 10 times more if he wasn't a Steeler during his entire tenure of, being a first ballot Hall of Famer. But because he, to me, he was supposed to be, the top tier. He's supposed to be the type of person that every Steeler should look up to. And now it's, the opposite. But if he was, a Brown, or if he was, honestly, if he was a fucking part of the Patriots or any team that was even average or any other team, I would enjoy it so much more because I'd be like, man, this guy's a fucking retard and I love him. But whenever I think about him being a retard, I'm like, all he did was ruin what was good. He ruined good times.
Yeah, dude, his whole Twitter is just a bunch of memes. He just makes memes.
What's his cover photos and stuff? Are they ever him at all? I bet he does different shit.
His right now is just a picture of his face with a 47 hat on.
Nice. That's funny.
And then his header up top is just him with sunglasses on.
Man, I wonder what Trump thinks of him. I'd really like to know. I'd like to know his honest opinion, not his recorded opinion.
Right. Antonio Brown's a different animal.
Bro, he is he is something else.
He's funny as hell. He should try to be a comedian. I want to see how it works.
He would be a great comedian.
I think
He
he would
would
too.
be a fucking phenomenal comedian. Because he already knows how to interact with people, and that's the hardest thing with comedians. It's not having funny material; it's knowing timing and how to interact with a crowd.
Yeah.
You know what? You should tweet at him and be like, "Hey, the Backroads Banter crew's been talking, bro, and we think we've got your next venture. You should sign us up as your agents, and we'll get you rolling on the next comedy tour, brother."
Yeah, we'd probably hate our fucking lives, dude. That guy would probably make us
100%.
miserable.
Having to be in contact with that dude every day would make us want to kill ourselves.
What if he was just really fucking cool? What if
What
he
if he was the
actually was just really fucking...
He's like, "Hey guys, I know that I seem really off the wall. It's a whole charade because if you haven't noticed, I've really grown my brand over the past 5 years.
He's like, dude, I got a gimmick off of this shit. Like,
I promise I'm not going to make your guys' lives harder. Please just tell me where to go, when to be there, and from there on, I will do my part." That would be. I bet. No, there's no way he's normal. He's not normal.
No,
There's
dude, we'd fuck up booking a hotel one time and he'd kick our ass.
Yeah, it'd be really easy to.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah,
so
to be
fucked
honest
up
with
mentally that even though we're 3 hours away, he would kick one of our asses and still be so angry that he would drive 3 hours and kick the other's ass.
Yeah, probably.
He's not mentally there, I don't believe. It's very funny.
He is funny, but yeah, we don't want to be his agents. But he should do a stand-up. Him and Donald Trump should do a stand-up special together.
I don't think Donald Trump can be funny. I think Donald Trump has to. The only way he can be funny is.
It's very situational.
Yeah, it has to be a reciprocated response. Like,
Yeah.
first, stage one, he has to be offended so that he can even have a reason to be like, yeah, I'm going to make fun of these poor fucks. Let me see. And then once he's offended, he's like, all right, who's my target? And then he finds the woman that said something about him, because it's usually a woman. And it just is. It usually is.
The ones that say something about him, you're
Yeah,
you're pretty right. Yeah.
I don't mean that against any of you women. It just is.
Just noticing patterns.
Yeah.
No, you're pretty right. Yeah.
But yeah, it would that would be funny. It could be funny, but he has the potential. It's funny you talk about that. I've been watching a lot of stand up comedy specials here lately, and I've been comparing them to to ones from 2010 to 2015. Everybody from Bert and Tom to Ari's early ones to who did I watch this morning? I watched fucking brunette. What's her name? I can't even think of it. I don't know. I've just noticed such a decline in comedy. It's really, or at least in the comedic specials, and maybe it's because there's so many online, or maybe it's because people are putting them out at such, so often. But I've really been depressed in comedy, so I don't know if Donald would do good, because it seems like everybody's just. The only time I enjoy it is maybe if it's in person. Other than that, I'll enjoy 15 minutes out of that hour special.
They could do another roast, and he could be one of the roasters for that.
That would be a good spot. I bet he would be a good roaster. You just found the right spot for him. Yep.
Yeah.
It would have to go back to the old Comedy Central roast. It's nothing against Tom Brady's roast. The only part of Tom Brady's roast that was good was the Tony Hinchcliffe part, and it was because he offended everybody, and then on top of that, Netflix, you fucked up by putting Gronk in anything, because he's a man of the people, and he just tells it how it is. And he straight up said how all of it was fucking fake and organized, all the way down to the shot that was like, oh, you guys are going to surprise shot with Bill Belichick. None of it. Not one of his jokes. Everything has been rehearsed and organized, aside from Tony's part. So, I give props to Tony. But other than that, let's go back to the old school Comedy Central roast, where it really was no holds bar. We're just going to offend people, and they understand this is being played after 11 p.m. So kids are not supposed to watch it.
Well, where Netflix went wrong was that they aired theirs live, and they aired the full thing because they were doing it live. Comedy Central never did that. Theirs was pre-taped, and they did a very similar thing where they, had a bunch of people, and everybody's set was longer, and they cut out the bad shit. So like they were all shorter, so they fit into a TV window,
Mm-hmm.
and it kept all the best stuff in, so it wasn't like a whole bunch of nothing.
That's
You know what I
awesome.
mean?
Yeah,
So
I didn't really think about it that like that.
yeah,
And I didn't think that they did theirs live, but they did like the Tom Brady one.
yeah.
Didn't
When it first aired,
I didn't think
it
about
aired
that.
live. Yeah,
they? Okay.
it was like 3.5 hours or something like that.
Yeah, see that's just unnecessary. I don't know if you've seen like that was just a fail to me. But this is to shift to a good one, something that somebody should see. I don't have you seen Ari Shafir's new special? It just came out a couple days ago on Netflix.
I started it, but I didn't get too far into it. No.
Um, it's kind of slow to start. He's got good jokes. He finishes with a really solid one about his grandpa in the concentration camp. Um, it's worth reading the subtitles or the ending credits because he thanks a bunch of people, but he actually talks about some of the jokes he said and gives just some clarification like, this joke's fake, this this is inspired by this, but don't hate me because it's a joke. But I really liked that special because overall it was really good. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful set.
The set was awesome. The set's really
But
cool. Yeah.
dude, I don't know. I listened to the Protect Your Parks podcast, and he talks about it. Those plants cost $85,000.
Jesus.
Yeah, he said it was the biggest hassle he's ever had to deal with, and yeah, so he said, everybody, please go watch that so that I can make that money back because Netflix would not pay for them. But it was. I thought it was good, and I liked his message overall, which was like, life isn't shitty, stuff's not shitty, stay off of social media, go outside and enjoy life, and you'll find a reason to enjoy your life.
Yeah.
Like, focus on the positive. I really just like the overall intent and message, and for Ari Shafir, if anybody's does not know who he is one of the most offensive comedians on certain topics, but like, he's so knowledgeable whenever it comes to things like religion and politics that like his jokes are good because they're complicated and they're layered and there's a reason and backstory to each one of them. But to see him like come out and be like, guys, I'm literally like, I'm a Jew, I'm wealthy, I'm all these things that like I should complain about. I'm a white guy. Guess what? Life's not bad. I'm happy, and it was just cool to see that. And it was like, you know what? I like that. It just added my rating to liking that special.
Yeah.
Good to have a message behind it other than just take some laughs. Like let you know that he was a human being and he's just doing it for fun, guys.
Yeah, I do need to finish that. I enjoyed what I watched of it. It was pretty good. I always like his specials, though. They're always pretty funny.
I give him props, dude. Jew was one of the best specials that I've watched in a long time.
That's such a crazy name for a fucking comedy special.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
am
funny.
not slurring anything by saying what I'm saying whenever it comes to Ari
That
Shafir.
was the name of the special, yeah.
Yeah, but it in itself, everything about it, from his names to his backdrops and his settings that he does for his specials, that dude he's an artist for sure. He's not as lazy as like what I definitely used to think whenever I'd hear him on podcasts or see stuff. I thought he was somebody that just didn't give a shit about anything.
Yeah.
He definitely cares about comedy and he cares about his art, so that's cool to see.
I remember his last set. Wasn't his last set the one with all the candles and shit?
Yes, he
I
said
don't
that
know.
one was stupid expensive, bro.
I don't know how they were allowed to do that indoors.
So he also talked about that on the Protect Our Parks podcast, and he said, so we bought these candles, and they were supposed to be 24-hour burn candles, and he said, so obviously we had to do a test, and he tested it, and they tested fine because the air wasn't on. Then the night before the thing, they were doing another test, and they just left it on all night to see how, to let the wax melt so it would look like they were burning, and or had been burning all night. And he said they turned the air on, and those 24 hours candles turned into 4-hour candles. And he had to source 5,000 candles overnight instantly to it's just it. And I'm glad he said that because I'm like, man, these are the things you don't think of, like as a viewer or as a fan, that like these comics have to think of or that they have to handle. It shows the business side of it, so it was just cool to think of. But man, fuck that.
Yeah, he is also like really the only person that does big intricate sets like that though.
Yeah.
There's not many people do the backdrops with the billion candles or the $85,000 worth of plants. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool. I mean, it's good to do something different. Like that definitely helps you out a lot. But yeah, that's tough, man. It's crazy because he seems to have a stressful experience every time he does it, and he still keeps doing.
Yeah, he's finding a way to make it more stressful. Every plant that you see up there in his newest special is real and alive. Every one of them. And that to me is like, okay. Well, one, he said in the podcast he was surprised that it cost 85 grand, and I was like, bro, how are you surprised? Living plants are expensive. Like $100 at Walmart doesn't get you that many nice plants, let alone fucking, you know. I'm sure he sourced from a real botanical garden, because he has like nice exotic plants. But yeah, it was just crazy to hear though. 85 grand just for that set. But definitely worth checking out. It's a good special. It's on Netflix. I forget the name, but it's got flowers as the setting, so it's easy to see.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we both dropped the ball on that one.
That I'm gonna say Ari Shafir dropped the ball on that one, because how do you go from Jew to something that's basically like it's sunny outside? Like that's basically what I am calling this one, because it's sunny outside.
It'd be funny if that's what it was.
It might be. It could be worse or something. I don't know, but it's so not special that easy to forget. But go back and check out his special Jew from 2023. Very, very good. Very funny.
Yeah, I was trying to find my stuff.
That's okay. We'll move on. I want to mention this to you because I don't know if you know. I just have it wrote down because I know I wouldn't remember it, but I'd solve. Did anybody that is our age is probably a fan of the Avatar: The Last Airbender series?
Oh, dude!
And
That's awesome.
did you see that Mick Foley was?
Yeah.
I did not know he was the Boulder, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking awesome.
I didn't know it at the time, but I watched this video of him explaining that like he was talking about it. Yeah.
I did not know that until I just watched a video on it this week, and I was freaking blown away. I was like, man, how did they why would they hide that? They would have gotten so much more fans.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't know how I didn't know about that as a kid, because I was definitely watching both at the time. Like, I was watching wrestling. I knew who Mick Foley was.
Yeah.
And I was definitely watching Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah,
So
dude. It just
yeah.
blew my mind. I just needed to throw that in there because that's just crazy. I wouldn't have thought that, but I thought that was really cool of them to do. And once I went back and because the video I played the clip of him talking, I was like, oh, that makes complete sense now. I can hear it as an adult way more than I can as a kid. I did as a kid. Yeah,
because he doesn't alter his voice at all. Like he literally just does his voice for the character.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super funny. Anybody's.
Dude, it's funny that you mentioned Avatar: The Last Airbender though. That was gonna be my review this week.
Oh, really? For the new show? For the live show?
No, dude, the original. I was gonna talk about.
Oh,
the original.
really?
Okay. I was gonna
Okay.
talk about. I was gonna review the entirety of the original, and it was gonna be a very quick review. But it was
Okay. That'll be good to look forward to. That's really funny.
Yeah, because I was going to talk about that and potentially something else as well. But it's because I started rewatching it the other day, and then I was like, man, I don't need to rewatch the whole thing to review the whole series, because the whole series was fucking
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I liked me and Faith have watched it over and over and over and over again. Just because we've watched it over 6 times. We've watched it, I think, probably 2.5 times together. We stopped halfway through on once because that's whenever the live action show came out, and that they blew me away with that show. That show was great. Yeah, that's awesome. Bye bye. Here's American Pie.
So Justin, dude, remember we talked before this, thinking it might be a good time for him. You had some questions as first you had the first act as president question earlier, but you also had some other questions
Yes, sir.
on
That's
on if either of us were to be president. I'd like to talk about those because
yeah.
I liked some of those.
Yeah, so just a little backstory, just because it is inauguration day here. I figured it'd be fun if me and Wyatt were each president, and if we were each president, how fast would we screw up the country, and what would we focus to screw up first? Um, so like he said earlier, you have the first act as president, but then you have like when you're president, you deal with a lot of things. So it could go with like here's an easy one. So Wyatt, you are president of the United States. Your salary is $450,000 a year.
Hell yeah.
You do not ever have to pay for anything though. You have to spend your $400,000 completely irresponsibly,
Ooh.
all at once, and the first lady doesn't have to find out. How are you doing it?
I'm going to Vegas, so the flight and hotel right there, that's going to run me, a very small fraction of that. Going to Vegas. Yep. And you know what? What kind of president would I be if I didn't go and gamble all of it at one time? If I didn't just
Exactly.
If I just get into a good drink and gamble all of it, I was sitting here thinking of an elaborate game plan on what to do. I don't need all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna go. So flight, hotel, gambling, and then just whatever for the bar tab. And the bar tab's gonna get expensive if I got that whole year's salary. I got to spend.
Oh yeah,
responsibly.
Yeah. You're gonna be and you're gonna have to pay for your Secret Service. You
Yeah.
still you can't drop those Secret Service. So you're giving those guys a good time out there.
That's true.
Yeah,
I could gamble them away. I could gamble them away whenever I run out of money. I could be like, all right, well, you know what? I'm throwing in this
suits.
Guy. Yeah.
Yep. You just throw in the number of suits you want.
I'm throwing in Tim here.
Yep.
And
Tim's gone.
If I lose this hand, then Tim's yours. And if not, I get all my money back.
I like it. That is a very good plan, and that's very responsible, because the way to look at it is this $400,000 means nothing to you because you're president. You're not really going to have to pay for anything the rest of your life anyways. You'll have book deals. You'll have speeches. You'll have probably some podcasts at this point in time.
I'll do like
you're
8
going to do.
Yeah, I'll do like.
Right, so you'll be taken care of.
Yeah.
So that $400,000 is basically house money. And you know what they say? Blow house money, baby. That shit don't matter. You ain't losing nothing. That's the United States of America's money, but you're United States of America's daddy. So, house money, baby. Blow that stuff. And I think that it's really nice of you to consider, treating your boys, your Secret Servicemen, to a night out on the town, because they work really hard, and I don't think they get enjoyed too much of it.
Yeah, you know
so
what?
Good for you, man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna gamble all of them away. I'm actually gonna gamble. I'm gonna gamble them away before I gamble the money, because what it's gonna do is that's gonna save taxpayer dollars.
Yeah, there you go.
We don't need to pay these guys anymore. I gamble them away to somebody else.
And you're not wasting that money right there that you could get. Look at you. You right there. You are a great leader. Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. President Wyatt, you have just been informed that aliens do exist, and they currently come here every few months just to check us out. Are you telling your wife about the aliens, Mr. President?
No, not yet, because I'm going to see if they want to throw into my $450,000 Las Vegas fund. And they're Area 51's not that far away. I'll get them an Uber to Vegas and we'll go out. That's who I'll gamble the Secret Servicemen to.
Aliens?
We're gonna play an intense game of a little bit of everything. We're just gonna play everything, and then we're gonna use my Secret Servicemen as gambling chips, just poker chips, and then
yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna befriend these guys. That way, whenever shit goes sideways, I got them in my back pocket. But no, I'm not gonna tell the wife about it unless I spend an absurd amount of money. And I'm gonna be like, you're not gonna believe this, but they were aliens. They abducted me and they made me do it. So
that's a good. It's turning it around. It's not my fault, baby. Yeah, I did not know. I'm so sorry.
They'd be my boys until I got caught, and I would throw them directly under the bus. I think that's a super presidential thing to do.
That is very smart. That is very smart. I like that. You're covering your tracks, and honestly, that's what an American president does. Cover up your own tracks and throw somebody under the bus.
Yeah, who are
Make
they going to
yourself
believe?
look
The
better.
guy they voted for or the aliens? You know?
Yeah, fucking aliens, bro. No. These guys, they don't belong. We should know that. Well, I'm gonna be honest. If you're willing to throw the aliens under the bus, I was gonna ask what your foreign policy would be if you had one. Me personally, as a president, I don't speak a foreign language. I can count really high in Spanish, like damn near any number, but it gets repetitive after 100, so it's easy. So because I don't speak a language, I don't think I can create a foreign policy. So we're getting rid of all foreign policies, and we're having a foreign open forum, and we're all just gonna get together and we're just gonna yell at each other and hope that something's resolved.
What I'm gonna do with that one is if the aliens don't, if I don't have to throw them under the bus, and I get to align with them.
You don't have to. Right now, in this scenario, you and the aliens are still tight. The United States and the aliens are looking pretty good for the future alliance.
Well, we're gonna build a big island. I'm gonna have them help me do it. Build a big island that we can just. That's the foreign policy is we can just all meet and convene there, and then we'll
Nice.
find it out. We'll find it out that island on our own way in an undisclosed fashion.
This is seeming very schemy right now. You and the aliens are really going to fuck some people over, I feel. I don't know. The American people may need to rethink this policy or this decision of voting you're in.
Yeah, it's just going to be big fight island like the UFC has, but it's going to be the United States and the aliens. You know what? We'll get the UFC in on it too, and then us and the aliens will sponsor them.
Oh, that'd be really... Dude, you know those guys are tight, too. They're always looking for people that are, like, really showing their primal instincts.
That's what's going to replace war. Is they're going to be like, you like if any countries have conflict with one another, they're going to be like, oh, for real? All right, let's call aliens and the U.S. and let's meet on Fight Island. Send your boy.
I like it.
Send your boy, and we'll send ours.
No, not just UFC. Let's transition it to the Olympics. We finally have a use for Olympic athletes.
There we go.
This is actually an issue I have in general because I think, like, so Olympic athletes are, especially if you're a medaled one, they're, decorated of all sorts in that country that they're in. So they're considered heroes. They're considered, until the day they die, like, Caitlyn Jenner is still Bruce Jenner and will forever be respected because of what he did as an Olympian. But the way that I look, like, I have a question, though, like, why do we idolize these people that are good at these useless shit? Like, running quick has never helped in an actual productive job that helps society. So a good thing, so an example, swimming. Michael Phelps could be one damn good lifeguard. But I bet he's never even... that dude has spent more hours in a pool than any other human and has never saved a life, probably. He probably has.
We can hire him on Fight Island, and he can save the people that get thrown over the edge.
Well, it's to my point of... I think that's what we do with Olympians. We know that they're the best in their craft. I'm not touting that at all. But who gives a shit if you can swim really fast if you never use it for any good other than swimming fast against other people?
Raise the stakes.
Let's raise the stakes. Let's make some use out of these motherfuckers, and we're gonna bring them all into where you want this gold medal? Go save little Johnny. Little Johnny is dead. Oh my goodness. Little Johnny is drowning over there. Buddy, you got 15 seconds before that tiger shark gets to him. Go. Let's go like that. Well, just raise the stakes like you said. We need to really make them earn these gold medals. The society's too soft nowadays. I don't understand it. When you put children's lives at risk, you really see the intensity in the athletes grow, and that's what I want to see. That's what's wrong with the NFL. If they tied children upside down to the goalpost, I bet they'd run a little faster towards them, but they don't. So now they don't care. Now the guys are like, I'll get to that end zone when I get to it. Sorry, that took a tandem.
They could try that out next preseason.
You know what? They should. That'll definitely gain them viewership because if the Chiefs win the fucking Super Bowl, everybody except for Taylor Swift is not watching.
Dude, yeah, I can't do another Chiefs Super Bowl, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. Not again. I'm not built for this, dude.
Yeah.
It might actually kill me.
And to me, it really is just I'm just gonna lose interest in it. What's gonna happen is I'm about to transition to college sports, like to be like college sports are what I'm gonna focus on.
College football is pretty sick. I'm gonna switch over to basketball real quick, man. I did want to touch on basketball. I felt it was a good time to when I checked the standing. So some teams are at every team is at least near, but most teams are directly at the halfway point of their season.
Mm-hmm.
So, first I wanted to tell you about the Cavs. The Cavs, at the pace they're going now, they're at the exact halfway point of the season. If they were to stay at the same pace, they would finish the season 70-12.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think it'll happen because we're in an age now where towards the end of the season they start resting players and shit. But they're 35-6, which is crazy.
I think we'll end with 18 losses, which is still fucking
Pretty good.
Crazy. If we I'm not saying we will because I haven't been paying close enough attention. I'm saying the max at this pace that I see us going, because I've been keeping obviously up enough every week to know like, oh shit, they're on a roll right now. Oh, they're on a roll for this many games. Okay, they lost this, but then they picked up and won 9 out of their last 10, So I bet if they don't lose 18 games, man, are we going to watch another Cavs championship team right now?
That'd be pretty cool. The Thunder are on about a similar pace. They're 35-7.
Yeah, I know the Thunder's been doing really good. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has been
that guy's
rocking people apparently. Yeah, he's been having an MVP season from what I've seen.
So, and just to compare the conferences, Golden State is 21-20. They're outside of the
10.
They're outside of the 10. So they're outside of the play-in tournament window, right? I mean, it's still halfway point in the season, so it's not a big giant deal, but it's crazy because they're at 21-20 and they're out of the top 10. They're in 11th. 10th place in the East is 18-25. The Chicago Bulls.
Bro, that is crazy.
So, I mean, the rest of it's still pretty tight, but the West is crazy. I mean, the Suns, Kings, Timberwolves are all right there with each other. Mavericks. Yeah, I think the NBA season could be. I think it's getting a little interesting again, honestly, especially when it gets around to playoff time, because it's not the same shit it used to be. They're there for that stretch where you knew what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting a little different, and now the NFL is getting a little more predictable again.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad NBA's picking up now because my brother Caleb told me that a lot of the games. Not a lot of the games, but you can at least pick up a couple games just through streaming service and stuff throughout the week. So if so, I'll start watching them periodically, just if they're available. That's kind of why I haven't been, because I don't pay for cable, and usually if you don't pay for the NBA pass, you don't get the Cavs games.
Yeah,
where I'm at now.
Yeah,
so sucks.
I'm not sure if I do or not. I'd have to check, I guess. Because I'm closer than you are, but I'm still not particularly close.
Yeah, you're a city full
I think I'd be more likely to get Sixers games, which is weird because Cleveland is closer to me than Philadelphia is. But
yeah, Philly's far as fuck.
Yeah,
Philly's. Oh.
But I think I'd be more likely to get those because I am in the same state.
Well, that would be way worse because the 76ers blow.
Yeah, I don't like them anyway. I never really did.
No.
The only thing I ever liked about the Sixers was Allen Iverson. That was way back in the day.
Yeah. AI is the reason why him and Melo are the reasons why I like the Nuggets at all. Or the only reasons I ever like the Nuggets.
Yeah, dude. And then you were talking about college sports a minute ago. The national championship is by the time this airs, it'll have already happened. But as of right now, we don't know who's going to win. So
really,
yeah.
Oh fuck.
So we're still blind. I mean, Friday, whenever people are first able to watch this, we'll have a champion. But right now, it's Ohio State and Notre Dame.
Well, we have. Let's make our predictions. I don't care how many advertisements Shane Gillis does or how many gods he decides he's going to pray to. If Notre Dame wins, they should credit him, but I don't think that Notre Dame will win. but I also don't watch enough college sports to give a really fair opinion, to be honest. Uh, I just don't see how they could.
I think Ohio State's going to win. I think they're a little bit more. Hope I don't wind up wrong, but I guess we'll find out
Yeah.
in a few hours, 3 hours from right now. But no, I don't. I think I'm a little bit biased. I just don't like Notre Dame that much.
No.
I really don't like that they're not in a conference, and that kind of pisses me off. I want them to be in a conference. Like this independent stuff is nonsense. Play in one of these tough conferences with everybody else, where you're guaranteed.
I
to
don't
play
understand.
3-4 tough games a year.
I don't think you should be allowed to qualify for bowl games if you're for bowl or postseason games if you're not, for the sole reason of like every other school, the conference gets the benefits and gets the credit just as much as the school that wins. So, and now there's a lot of money and incentives tied into it. So, like if a program does good, or if a school program does good, that conference earns money. And with them not doing that, Notre Dame's receiving millions of dollars this year, that like solely because they're refusing not to be in a conference. But the whole point is that money goes back to continue to pay and improve everything within that conference, from the games to what's offered for the student athletes and what the health insurance for them, what protects them. I'm sure the same thing within the coaching. So that's crazy to me. I didn't know that until I think last year actually, that they weren't in a conference. I still don't understand, how are they not?
I don't know how that whole thing works, but I think they should be, man. I think they should be. I don't know what their schedule looked like this year.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't. I'm sure I really think Shane Gillis is the only person that paid attention to that team.
I'm looking at it right now, and I guess it wasn't light. Well, it wasn't too extra tough. Well, I don't know. But yeah, it was. I just think they should play in a conference, man. Like. I don't like the idea that everybody else has to play by these certain set of rules and they don't. Especially because, like, are they still 14-1 if they play in the Big Ten? And they have to play all these, or the Big 12, or like literally any of them, just any of the big fucking.
Yeah, if they're switching. Yeah, it's going to make an impact in terms of who and how they're playing. So
I guess geographically it wouldn't make sense, but if they were in the SEC, but none of the conferences make sense geographically anymore. They switch them all up.
Yeah, so everybody will fly anywhere. It doesn't matter.
Like if Notre Dame was in the SEC, it'd be crazy. And it would also, I think, put a little stop to this problem of the college football playoff being too damn predictable, where even when you put in 12 teams, it's still the same teams going in. Still the same teams making it, because these guys should either be, like, if they were in a conference, they would either be out or they would taking the place of somebody else that is in their conference. It's just, I don't know. I might be entirely full of shit, but I don't like that they don't have to be in a conference. Like, they don't have to play these same teams every year that can get their numbers, that they have to fucking, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I like it, dude. That's right there is a completely, look, right there, I came at it from a financial perspective and just the money aspect of it and how they rip off the conference. You came at it from a very logical and just a fucking, just a fan perspective of, like, it's not fair for the other teams that are, competing. So, no, those are very good points and plays into, I never thought I'd say it, but I hope Ohio State wins this national championship. Yeah, I don't dislike Ohio State, but I'm not a fan of them.
Yeah, I'm looking at Notre Dame's schedule. There's a good bit of ranked opponents, man, but there's just something about conference matchups, I think, that make a game a little different in college football, and I think if you don't have one, it's kind of lame.
Yeah.
Especially when you can lose your spot or gain a spot now with a conference championship. I think that's where it gets big. Like, if conference championships can and do determine some of the playoff spots, how can you not be in a conference?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I understand why they made it in without one. They were 14-1, but still, it it just seems kind of weird to me that they get to play in their own little
Yeah, it's
pool.
kind of selective.
Yeah,
They're picking and choosing. And the thing is too, since they're Notre Dame, here's the biggest thing that upsets me is that colleges can pay other colleges to play. Like that just
yeah.
pisses me off. That's a whole separate issue, but that's another thing that just upsets me. And I didn't even think about your aspect of it. Like they're not confined to the same rules and regulations as the schools that are within specific conferences.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, because like Big Ten teams and Big 12 teams play 9 conference games a year. Everybody else usually plays 8. Like, it would be different if they had to run into Alabama and LSU and
Yep.
Georgia every year, or if they had to run into Ohio State and Michigan and Oregon every year.
Yep.
Something like that. Like, I
Yeah.
think that their season would look a lot different.
Yeah, to actually
Yeah,
overcome the people that are always in the national championship too. That's the thing, is it gives you a prelude to what would actually happen. And like you're saying, do these guys deserve to be in there? Because as you're like, you just stated 3 teams that are constantly in the running for national champions.
yeah.
So Notre
I
Dame does not fit in there usually.
I think it could also be beneficial for getting more people too. I know, like, I've never been in the spot, but I know if I was a top recruit, I'd want to play in a Big Ten or an SEC before I'd want to play in a
Yeah.
nothing before I want to
That's
play.
the biggest thing about that. So I'm glad that players are getting paid. I'm glad NIL is a thing. I'm glad the transfer portal is a thing. Because after going through college and having friends that are college athletes, even on a D3 level, you see the extra time and the work that these athletes put in. Like it is a job, and then to do that on
Yeah,
top of school, which, you know, I don't think Division 1 necessarily does it themselves. I think they have people that do everything for them, but a lot of student athletes do everything themselves. So it is a separate job. So I understand them getting paid, but with the money that's being thrown around at these high schools for the bigger sports like football and basketball, it's it's ruining to me. I don't know, as a fan perspective, it's ruining the sport itself because these kids are going, like, there's less aspirations to actually play because they're already being paid, and they only look at it as a money thing comparative to either education or like I know any actually, yeah, even up until we were graduating high school, like if it was a real athlete and you would see them on ESPN making a decision about their school, they're making that decision based on the coaching staff, based on what they can do for them professionally,
hmm
developmentally. Um, it probably had to do some with family ties, where your family liked, or if you had anybody that was a fan of a specific school. But there were reasons beyond just financial, just money. And these student athletes are just money grabbing for, like, and I get it, they're grabbing hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars really quick,
yeah,
but they're not worth it, and they're going to ruin it for the future, I think, because right now there's too much money being around for kids that are changing schools, kids that are getting hurt, kids that are getting paid this money going to be drafted in the NFL, and we don't know how they are because they didn't actually get to develop in college. Uh, it just changed their mindset of it. It's I don't know. I didn't play football, but for me personally, I just don't what you get out of, like, the people that are Heisman Trophy winners. I feel like you should get out of every single NFL draft prospect. Doesn't matter what position they're at, and I just feel like now we're gonna have people that are just there, like, you know what, this is just it's nothing other than money. Like I gotta do this to meet this money, and that's it, bare minimum, whatever meets it, whatever gets my paycheck and keeps my lifestyle at whatever I've built it up to.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm a fan of it, but I'm not a fan of it, and I'm just worried to see how it's going because
I think I used to not like it too much. I understood it because these college programs always made shitloads of money off of these people's names and faces. So that's
Yep.
why I got it. Like that's why I understood it whenever it started. And then I guess I come to understand it a little bit more over time because those. I also think it's like a good way to prepare you. I think handling I think getting one of those big NIL deals at like 18 or 19. I think if you can handle that, then you can definitely handle an NFL contract when you get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I didn't think about it like that.
I think it's for some it's a good little test run, man. Like for some of them, because there's been people throughout the history of all sports that finally make it big and they get their first paycheck and they blow their money and they fuck up their career and they just do a bunch of dumb shit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I guess it's cool to.
Well,
So sometimes I guess it can be beneficial to give them that money early, like especially if they're really good. It's like, all right, well, are they gonna fold whenever they get the overinflated
Yeah.
ego and the big paycheck and shit?
see, I would say, yeah, I'm glad you said that. I would say only the ones that make it to the NFL are the ones that I'm putting under a microscope and I'm throwing into that category that I kind of just talked about there. The people that are college athletes that don't go pro in anything, absolutely take your fucking money for your time and absolutely change your life and change your family's lives. Because like Wyatt said, that is a good test run for any money financially. So yeah, if you're going pro, it's literally a test run. If you're not going pro, it's literally life changing and life altering for you and your family. So I get
think
it
always
more.
take the money anyway, all the time. Anyhow, that's. But
Well, I definitely say that from a college because universities do nothing but take it from you.
Yeah.
And for the most part, none of us are getting our value. So at least for undergrad. So, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. It is a good test run. It's a little test run for them. I still think that they blow it. I still think a lot of people get money that they shouldn't. But it's not me, so doesn't really fucking matter. So, yeah.
I also like that. I guess it has the potential to keep people in college longer. It has the potential to get some people to stay whenever they normally go to the draft because now I guess they have an incentive to stay.
I don't want that. I want those people to go for the sole reason of usually the people that enter the draft early either know like I am this good, so they're not doing it for development. Like
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of only doing shit for financially because whenever we're like for the athletes that we're talking about at this level, that do get NIL deals to this extent, I don't want the money to be the factor as to why you stay. I want you to stay because you love this school and this program,
Yeah.
or you love what it can do for you, or I want you to go to the NFL because you're like, I've done everything I could here. I need to progress there. So like, yeah, I don't know.
I think it kind of just levels the playing field for the two of them, though, because I feel like there's been a lot of people over time that maybe have loved their program and where they played college at and wanted to stay another year, but then they were like, I gotta get this money now or I might never get it.
See,
So then they just go to the draft and like I feel like some people
Yeah.
might not have wanted to yet, but they're like, fuck, well, I'm here in college or I could go to the NFL and make a few $1,000,000.
yeah, I would agree with you if it was 10 or 20 years ago. I don't agree with you now because I've already seen it. Like, I've seen it even at Glenville. The second the season's over, the better option I have, I'm going. It doesn't matter how well I'm treated. It doesn't matter anything other than
Yeah.
like. And we've seen the people on ESPN getting already $1 million deal, NIL deals, and everything. Like it, kids now seem to only. It seems to be less. There seems to be less loyalty. Like there definitely still are. Like you have the kids. You have the kids that will follow a specific coach because they know that they can grow them. But I've seen, like, more often than not, it's only about money. So they're willing to travel. Like, if you look at WVU, I'm excited for WVU because their football program's gotten, like, 4 really high-end transfers over the past, like, week or so. And I didn't even know about it until I read the announcement from one of the WVU pages I follow. But, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited. I just got off track there. I don't even know if they went for NIL or if they transferred for money wise. But we got good players, so that's cool. WVU, let's go.
Yeah, as long as it works.
As long as it works. I have hope with our coaches and everything. So let's see. Let's see. This will be a good test run this season.
Oh, for sure.
I don't expect us to do, amazing. But off of the few conversations I had with you and Seeley there last season, just about like what an average WVU fan looks for in a season and stuff, I now know what to watch for. So I'm hoping Rodriguez does the same.
I just want like a halfway decent team. Like we finished like 6 and 7 or something. That's bad.
Really? Yeah. See, that's how I'm not paying. I haven't been paying attention to college, man.
6 and 6.
Aside from
season,
news,
lost our bowl game.
I did know we lost our bowl game, but that's only because I was surprised we went to a bowl game. Wow, 6 and 7. That's really depressing. Now I understand why they fired Neal.
Yeah.
Dang.
I think he put the nail in his own coffin whenever he lost a bunch of games and people were pissed off about it, and he's like, "Well, everybody's having fun."
At least everybody's having fun. Yeah, no duh.
Like, all right, dickhead.
Easy to have fun in the parking lot when nobody's playing and losing a game.
Yeah, dude. Like, people have more fun if they're watching a winning football team. I hate to break it to them.
Yeah, and especially WVU, they do, like, we very much care. We are Texas, but we care about our football here in West Virginia. So, like,
college football, yeah.
Our college football, well, high school football too, honestly. But
yeah, a lot of people do, yeah.
Like high school's really big too. So yeah, that's crazy. Fuck, 6 and 7. Screw you, Neal. We not screw you. Just screw you. Mm-hmm. Do better next time at wherever you go.
Yeah, you're fired.
Yep.
Jackass.
Haha.
As long as he's having fun.
Well, I'm sure he's having fun because he's not stuck in a foot of snow in Morgantown, West Virginia right now.
What if he still is?
Oh, then I'm actually depressed for you. Bro, if you are watching this, come on down to Old Gilmore County or drive on up to Old Pittsburgh, and one of us will give you a crisp thumbs
Kick
up.
your ass.
Yeah.
We'll fight you if we need to. Not really. That's not a threat. That's only.
I'll give you a thumbs up, and I'll say, "Good job, buddy. You're in the same boat as me."
Yeah.
Failed West Virginia coach.
I'll tell him he's fired. I'll tell him to start playing college football 25 so he can build up his resume and get another
Dude,
job.
that's a really good experience builder. Apparently, I don't blame you there. I
wonder if it worked out for those people, man.
I very seriously doubt it, but I haven't heard anything else on it, so I guess we could find out. I don't know.
The HR team probably just showed up to their houses and kicked their ass. Didn't do anything with it.
But why not? HR team, that's so funny. I read this thing that was like HR appropriate ways to tell people they're stupid.
Yeah.
And
I saw those. Some of them still definitely probably aren't.
No, they definitely are not. They're still like, oh, you want us both to be fucking wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, how about next time you rethink this?
Yeah. Some of them are just like really condescending ways to say, "Wow, you're a complete fucking idiot, aren't you?"
Yeah, I wanted to bring it up in the podcast and be like, "Hey, we could think this up," but like we literally could think of better ones and more sarcastic ones than that because that was just stupid.
Yeah.
That was a way that aggravates me. That aggravates me as much as like. I just hate wasted posts. I hate wasted posts. I hate scrolling through for absolutely nothing. There's nothing funny in there.
I heard somebody, this is an old insult that I heard at one of my old jobs. This guy said, what was it? I might be butchering this a little bit. I might get it wrong, but I believe he said that guy's running a race by himself and he's still losing.
That is hilarious. See, that is a good one to put. See, that's a good one. And that's what we need. I'm trying to find this post. This doesn't have to do with that, but it has to do with baby talk. And since I'm a dad, I'm really trying to understand what Layla's saying. And I finally have a little bit of insight because she's obviously not saying words. She's only 9 months old. She's just got sounds and stuff. But
have you tried asking Tony?
I didn't have to ask Tony because Obama's colon let me know himself. So did you know, and this is from the internet, so it's real. Did you guys know that newborn babies grab near their head because they're instinctively looking for a shovel or pickaxe so they can begin to toil and grumble human minds far below themselves?
Yeah, dude, I heard that's true.
Yeah, well, within that, I was like, this has to be a good article, and definitely looked like good resources. So I went in there, and he actually gives you tips on how to understand your baby's talk. So if you're a new parent like me, and you're trying to learn, and your baby's saying like one sound repetitively, so like gaga baba da da. So what if your baby says gaga baba da da? What he is meaning is, Father, I hunger to prove myself through the toil in the mines. And what that is meaning in, 21st century language is he really wants you to give him a shovel so he can get underground and just get to work digging us out some coal and just doing what babies are meant to do. Okay, they're men underground. We gotta put them there. Okay,
Dude,
Layla's getting ready to go.
I think all this is true. You can fact check it if you want to, but I'm just not going to believe anybody that does.
If you're gonna fact check it, you have to ask Obama's colon because it came from his colon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if your baby gets really upset and starts whining, and then he just just did something like that, it apparently means, "Neath rock and quarry lies the precious one," which means that he has found the right spot, the right coal seam to where we are just gonna get pure, non-smoking, just nice 100%
He's
freaking black diamonds, man.
found the mother lode, has he?
He has found it, and he is needing us there. So if he's letting you know, right here, baby, bring the fucking pickaxe, bring the backhoe, let's go.
Nice.
And the last one that's just really funny, and it's not even funny because he's really letting you know that we care about safety even before OSHA was invented. If they do da-da goo-da, gaga doo-da, in any way, 2 das, 3 das, a goo in there somewhere, he's letting you know that the child labor laws of 1938 were too restrictive, and he can hear the song of his pickaxe singing, and he is ready to go to work. So let's change those labor laws. It's 21st century, not the 1930s. We can most certainly give the babies better respirators. Let's get them under the mines, baby. Let's do this.
Yeah.
This is for the children. You know what? That's what I'm running. That's my platform.
Okay.
Children for the mines.
Yeah, and you can cite Mr. Colon as your source, or Dr.
Yes.
Colon. Sorry, Dr.
Yes.
Colon.
Dr. Barack Obama's colon is the one that provided me with this information, and it seems to be from a published journal. Don't hold me to that because I'm reading it from an Instagram post. But
Well, I heard about this guy through my
thing
my
is
colleague Dr. Pepper.
well, I'm a very scientific person, so I have to test everything that I read. So I read this, and I was like, all right, let's go. So I went to Layla, and I asked Layla. Layla 100% agreed. She has been yearning for the mines for freaking 9.5 months now. She cannot wait for her 16-month checkup because once they give her the okay and she gets that last shot, that she is going right on her knees and picking us up some coal. I cannot wait. She is.
So are you providing the pickaxe, or are you going to get like a government-funded pickaxe?
I was hoping that the book would tell me what to do. I'm gonna be honest. I personally think that she should have to buy her own pickaxe because I don't want to have to buy her another one whenever it breaks. And if I buy her the first one,
It'd have to come out of her first paycheck.
she'd expect it. Oh, she's not getting paid.
Oh.
No, she's my child. She's doing it to keep us warm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's doing her part for the house. I get it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Trust me. I tried to stop her. I said, babe, Layla, you are too young. You need to stay in this crib. You need to eat these Cheetos. And she said, Dad, you don't understand. These knees and these arms, they're meant to be black. I'm ready to get on them and turn out some crack. Let's go, baby. And she just let me know that whenever the time comes, she's there. She's ready to go. So that's very interesting. If anybody else has any other baby talk they can inform us on and inform me on, I would appreciate it because fatherhood's kicking my butt, and if it wasn't for this really insightful information I found this week, I probably would have sent Layla in a really feminine direction when she obviously belongs in the mines.
Yeah, she's supposed to be coal mining.
Yeah. So, but I'm glad we're in West Virginia at least though, because if it wasn't for that, I would have had to relocate us. But there's mines everywhere. She can go down to Summersville and get in one.
That's true.
Yep. Yep. Oh, goodness.
Oh shit, man, that was a good one. You get inaugurated in 3 hours or less.
Oh, I cannot freaking wait, man. I tell you what, I did get upset because I saw that I saw that a few people weren't going. I saw that Bill and Hillary Clinton weren't going, and neither were the Obamas. And I'll be honest, we had fondue last night, and while we were tickling each other's private parts, they all said that they were going to be there. But I just got a notification, and they said that they're going to skip it because they have better things to do than to support somebody that wants to put children in the mines. So they obviously are not for the future of America. And
well, now you're learning this. You're learning this from Dr. Colin, dude. They can't be mad at you for this. This is just you're just telling them what they told you.
Well, that's the thing is that I've learned, especially from last night, what they tell you to do, and then the way they react to you once you do something to them is completely different. And so, though I am citing Dr. Colin, Mr. Professor Obama's Colin, Mr. Professor Obama, and Mr. Professor Obama does not care. That is Michelle Obama, the Mrs. of the Obama. So yeah.
No, that's a shame. It's a shame they disagree with you because of what.
Very sad. Very sad. But I'll tell you what.
Colin told you.
Yeah, it's going to be party rocking. I got Mickey Mouse coming over. His whole clubhouse is going to be fucking popping off. Goofy's going to be dealing out some really crazy good hits of some things that we can't exactly say online. But I'll tell you what, the inauguration after party is going to be popping.
Yeah, dude, you're going to be like the 48th president or something like that. Right after the 47th one took office. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's only doing it for a front. It's more of a publicity thing.
Oh, you're getting a private inauguration.
Yeah, because I'm special.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
nobody
cool,
else. Man. Yeah. So next time you guys see me, I may or may not be the president.
Yeah, dude.
If I'm not, then it's only because I was already. It's because they wouldn't let me in. But that's okay.
I got one more quick thing before we wrap up.
Yeah, let's talk about whatever.
I think it's about time for my favorite part here. Mine this short this week, and I talked on it earlier. But I'm going to talk about my review, man. So every week, we usually pick something, anything, show, movie. Sometimes it didn't even have to be any of those things. Last week I did a video game. But this week, because I started watching it again, it kind of just sparked all my memories. I remember all of it. Because that's how goddamn good it was. Avatar: The Last Airbender, the original one, the cartoon. It's on Netflix. I'll give a shout out to Netflix. Watch the show if you haven't watched the show. Watch the show if you have watched the show. Because that's what I'm doing. That's probably what I'm going to do when I get done here. It's probably what I'm going to do when I get done.
Continue watching it.
Is I'm probably going to get a shower and some dinner, and then I'm probably going to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I like it.
But yeah, and I'm talking the whole show, man. It doesn't have a down period. I say if it does have a down period, what do you think it would be? It'd be one of the middle seasons, right? 2, probably. If there was one. Like, if you were to say there was one, I'd say season 2. But it's still all good. It's one of the very few shows that's all good.
Season if you haven't watched it yet, man. Yeah, if you haven't watched it, listen to Wyatt. Because this right now... Well, how old is the show, first of all? Do you know?
I think it stopped... Like, the last episode came out in 2007 or something.
Really?
I think.
Oh, fuck. That's way older than I thought. Oh, my gosh.
I think. I might be wrong about that.
No, bro. You're probably right. I don't mean to question you. I'm sorry to interrupt you. That's way older than I thought, though. That's... Ah, man. Yeah, people definitely need to hear that out.
Yeah, dude. But this show is sick. And the first episode came out in 2005. So... But yeah, I think I want to say it's got 4 seasons, I believe. And season 1 is crazy good. And season 4 is also insane. Season 2 and 3 are good. Like, at the absolute worst, they're good. But I'm going to keep that review short, sweet, and to the point, because if I really wanted to, I could sit here and ramble on for a fucking half hour about that show. Yeah. But it's good, man. It's good. I did the review last minute. It came to my brain when I started rewatching the show yesterday, and I thought I'm going to wait until I get through all of it, and then I'll do the review on it. I said, no, I don't have to do that. I rewatched this show a couple years ago. I've seen this show all the way through at least 3 or 4 times. I love this show. Like, I don't have to watch it through again to say this show is damn good. And I don't know what scale we usually use to rate our stuff, but I will give this one a yes. An absolute.
It's a yes. Everybody
Yes.
should go
It
and
is
check that out.
It is a definitely. It is a go watch it for sure.
This
You
is
know
a very random thing, but you saying that kind of threw it in my mind. The Transformers show. There's some Transformers animated shows out right now, and I'm gonna give them a big thumbs down, a big no, because this is 100% meant for kids, and they are having the Transformers talk about their non-identities and how they are gender, talk about their non-genders and all this other stuff. And first of all, if it's just unnecessary for children's cartoons, and it was really depressing to see because I like Transformers a lot, and it was just an unnecessary part of a story that they took 3 minutes out of a 21-minute show to explain, and it just did not need to be in there. It ruined it,
if
man.
they wanted to do it realistically in any of the Transformers anythings, people would be like, "Hey, are you a male or a female?" Then the Transformer would be like, "Bro, I'm a car. Like I'm a robot that turns into a fucking helicopter." Like,
What are you talking about?
I don't know what more you want from me. I'm not a human like you guys are. We just have different sounding voices, and that is literally it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it. It's ridiculous. It was just really upsetting because it was unnecessary to the storyline. Like it was.
I'm sure it
completely-
was.
It was completely unnecessary, and it's just thrown in there.
No,
for no reason.
whenever I hear you bring it up, I'm like, okay, this was probably something that's definitely forced.
It was just unnecessary. It's just
It's
exactly
like that.
what I
It's
said.
like the episode was done, and they're like, "You want to throw anything else into it?" They're like, "Yeah."
We haven't talked about that yet. It basically, it was just dumb. Yeah, I'm just over it. But yeah, that was an awesome episode. This is an awesome episode. I mean, happy to get ready to wrap it up. Thank you everybody for listening to this one. Like Wyatt said in the beginning, I'm taking out the white towel.
He's ungiving up.
I'm ungiving up. I will be running for president in 2036. So everybody get ready. Listen to my platform. And it starts here, baby. Let's go.
He's going to be appointed as the secret junior president later tonight, and then he's going to become the real president in 11 years. So,
Yep.
hope
Yep.
everybody's ready.
Okay, well, I want to end this episode how I do most episodes, and we'll do some last second rants. First of all, I got a prediction for by 2028, Trump will claim space as American land, and we will have a space wall somewhere. Somehow he is going to block off space from the rest of the world. So I'm excited to see that happen, and that'll be cool.
I feel like that's pretty right too. I feel like that's pretty spot on.
I think it could happen. The direction he's going, it's going to happen. But anyways, Wyatt, I sent it to you last week. It's in your text messages, but I'm going to throw it up here on screen. I didn't get a complaint about it. As somebody that designs logos or is a designer of some sort or loves marketing and works in this industry, is really stupid of Walmart to make a big deal about their logo change because there's no fucking change aside from going from baby blue to a little darker natural blue. I don't care. They just changed the font and thinned the lines on the yellow circle. So that's stupid. That's dumb.
That is crazy. That's a hell of a rebrand right there.
They made a really big deal about it. Like, check out Walmart's new logo. Absolutely fucking stupid. That's so dumb. So screw those people. For all women, whether you are 15 years old or you are 80 years old, if you use AI software to change your pictures to obviously make you look nothing like yourself, you are no better than the Kardashians that you always make fun of that fake make yourself feel better. You should love yourself for who you are because you are probably way more beautiful naturally than what you are wasting a bunch of money and taking a bunch of time, and stop inflating your ego over something that's not real. Go love yourself.
That sounded like a variation of an insult. That was awesome. Go love yourself. That was sick.
Yeah, but for real, go love yourself.
That's a good one. I like it. Yeah.
Stop it. I'm going to go back to the fires. We need to deal with the fires, but we need to also think about the people that were affected with and from Hurricane Helena or however you want to pronounce it. I don't know. But we need to. There was over 1 million people affected by those, and most of them are still have nothing. So just as much as we focus on the fires, let's put a little more focus towards some of these other disaster reliefs that are happening. And just because it's MLK Day, I'm not going to leave Alf on just complete shit or just like being a loser. I want to say something that MLK said, and it is one of my favorite quotes from him, and it is, faith is taking the first steps even when you don't see the whole staircase. And that kind of plays into mine and Wyatt's episode last week where we're just saying constantly work towards progress, whether you know it or not, you are making it. If you are taking steps and you are doing something that feels right, you may not see exactly where your benefits are going to come from, but keep at it because you will find some.
Yeah, dude, that's a good one. And make sure you do all the normal stuff like liking and subscribing, and also vote Justin Emerson 2026. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir.